Hey guys, and welcome to my layout room. Welcome back to another Model Monday. Today we have a special video. We are going to be unboxing and taking a look at the new Rapido F40PH early version. This unit is in the Phase 3 paint scheme, operating on DC only, silent. We just picked it up today, and this will be our true unboxing of it, so I'm going to take you guys through it and give you a look at it and what to expect with this awesome model. Alright, so we're going to tear into this right away. We picked this up today at Lombard Hobbies in Lombard, Illinois, just off the UP West line, former Chicago Northwestern Overland route. They had a really good deal on it, sale price on it, so we just had to pick one up. Very detailed locomotive. Very good reviews based on what I've seen on the internet, so excited to get my hands on one. As you can see from the box, this is a very well done box. Shows the Phase 3 F40PHs. Number 207 on the box. Very nice Rapido box. Your DC Phase 3 early, number 223. And the Rapido train logo on the back. And right away we'll just open her up and see what's inside. I have taken a look at the manual, so it's a very nice manual, very thick, glossy. This side is the English side. If you flip it over, this is in French. I highly recommend if you pick up any Rapido model to read through it because they do have some nice jokes in it. I'm sure you guys have seen before. Just little quirky stuff. They had some light touches to it. Exploded parts diagram right underneath. Shows parts and part numbers. Hopefully something I'll never have to tear into. And then the last thing to get through is the foam before you have the decal sheets in case you want to renumber anything or add additional details or update or whatever. And finally the locomotive. Here it looks like we have the ghetto bars right there and then some kind of dustbin cover, hatch or something. But don't quote me on that. So we'll pull the locomotive out. You can see it's in there quite firmly, which is not a problem at all. Packaged nicely in a sleeve, which we will also carefully pull out, and a piece of paper under here. Got a flip. And there we have it, removed from the packaging. Alright guys, so that is the unboxing process. That is the first time I've unboxed this locomotive. So right now we'll start to look at some details of it and eventually we'll get in the test run. Alright guys, so here we've got the F40PH out of the box, taking our first impressions. In case you guys didn't know, Rapido is known for its high quality and highly detailed HO scale locomotives and rolling stock. So that is definitely true here, as there are many factory applied details that are second to none, including lighting features and other Amtrak specific details. Just to start, I can notice there's factory applied metal handrails, factory applied metal grab irons, factory applied review mirrors, and the likes, which we'll look at shortly in detail. But to start off, I just want to talk about some of the lighting functions that are available on this locomotive because they are very advanced even in DC mode. When moving forward, which we will test later, the headlight and the strobe lights operate. When moving in reverse, the marker lights will operate. You do not have any control over that in DC mode according to the manual. You do not have a reverse light because that would be for when the unit's switching. You cannot turn the strobe lights on or off independently. You cannot turn the marker lights on or off independently. So you are limited to forward headlight and strobe lights and reverse marker lights. Eventually we plan to convert that to DCC with a 21 pin plug or conversion or something, so that should not be an issue. But for now we'll just deal with it when we're testing. Here we're taking a close look at the nose of the locomotive. As you can see, you have your headlight and Amtrak striping and logo here. Very nicely done, looks very good. Your metal grab irons, which are factory installed. Sand filler hatches on the nose of the locomotive. Very nice 3D effect and detail. A P5 horn, which is correct per the early prototype of the F40PH. Clearly printed number boards. You have your emergency light here in the middle, and then your two marker lights on the top right and left. On top of the cab here you have strobe lights, which are operable, as well as further back your antennas and a couple lift rings. Other details include a cab interior, which will be hard to pick up with the camera, but you can see some of it. It does not appear to be, well, it's partially painted. It's green and the seats are black. Does not seem to have a full... Oh wait, no, there is a control stand in there. I stand corrected. There's a control stand on the engineer's side and a conductor's chair, which are black. The interior of the cab is green. You have etched metal windshield wipers here on the cab that were factory applied, as well as a factory applied review mirror. On the fireman side of the locomotive, we have more of the same detail that I talked about on the front of the locomotive. Of course, your grab irons here, factory applied metal. Handrails for the door are factory applied, seem to be metal and are pretty sturdy. You can see there's a little flex, but that's because they're so big. Nice door detail, including a molded handle. Very nicely done windows on this model, I must say. Very good detail here with these vents. They have a nice 3D look. Like I said, there are lift rings and lights on the roof. Have nicely done step detail that are molded in. Very nice. Even something as small as the battery box down here you can see is nicely molded on and detailed. Sturdy ladders down here and very good truck detail on this locomotive. Rapido is known for their undercarriage detail on both their locomotives and rolling stock. Very impressive job by them. Moving on further to the rear of the locomotive, we have Amtrak and 223, both printed very clearly, nicely done. A lot of more molded and detailed parts, including more doors and stuff that pop off the locomotive, as you can see on the camera. Cast nice shadows, gives it a real good 3D effect. Nicely done grille here in the back of the locomotive, same thing on the roof, very nicely done with 3D details, lift rings, etc. on the across the cab roof. On the rear of the locomotive, we do have the operable headlight, but this will not operate in standard DC mode. Additional marker lights, which I do not believe are operable, but I will double check the manual. More sand filler hatches and many more grab irons. Have your air hose, your MU hoses, factory applied. What seems to be a metal coupler down here, both front and rear, and nice and sturdy handrails, which are plastic. Another detail I also noticed is the porthole window here has a nice seal on it, good effect. Nicely done on that detail too. We're just going to take a quick look at the engineer's side. Much more of the same as the fireman's side. Just kind of slide it back for you to take a quick look at this. Same thing, you have a factory applied rear view mirror, etc. All of those things nicely applied. Steps. And on the front of the locomotive, much like the rear, as you can see here, there are your air hose, which is factory applied and actually very detailed, and your MU hose. Most locomotives, they will have your MU hoses, but they will not have a factory applied air hose, so that's a nice step taken by Rapido. Right here we'll take a quick detailed look at the cab window and cab nose. I just wanted to point out again the strobe lights here, which are operable. We will get into that shortly. You also have your ice gator antenna and your number boards and marker lights. And to just give you a better look of this P5 on the front of the locomotive. Alright guys, so this is actually my first run of the unit. I did break it out and test the test track real quick, but we're just going to take a quick look at how this unit operates. So going forward on DC, really smooth. Still needs its break-in time, and the manual suggests about an hour of break-in time in both directions. So eventually I'll set up a track and do it in both circles. But on DC mode, you can see it operates very smooth at low speeds. Nicely done there. We're going to shift over and actually give you a look at the headlights here. I'm going to do some stuff I probably shouldn't do with this type of a model, but you know, it's what I got to do. So there's the, going forward, I'm actually going to gingerly, I'm not going to be forcing it by stopping, I'm going to be holding it up slightly. Give you guys a look. There's the headlights. Strobe lights look like they're trying to light up, but I don't think they'll do that unless you get a higher power, and I don't want to push it. But you can see there's the headlights and marker light or number boards being lit up. And then here's in reverse. You can see as I increase the power, the marker lights light up, so that's a really cool feature as well as the number boards. So there's a quick look at the operations and lighting functions. Like I said, I will not be pushing it too hard in terms of running in place like that. I did not really want to even do that, but to give you guys a look at it without a layout, that's kind of what I have to do. Honestly, those marker lights are probably the coolest feature on the locomotive. And just for kicks, let me turn off the other light here. Oh, and you can also see the step light down there, which is another awesome detail. So there's the marker lights, and there's a look at the headlights. Alright guys, so that's the Rapido F40PH. Let's wrap this video up. Alright guys, so that was our unboxing and brief review of the Rapido F40PH that was just released this season. It's a very nice locomotive. If you can afford one or get your hands on one, I highly recommend it to you. This was on sale at Lombard Hobbies from Lombard, Illinois for $149.99, so there are deals to be had of them. The retail price on the box is $199.99. I believe the MSRP for this unit was between $200 and $250, but you can find them all the way down to $150 as we did. The DCC sound version comes quite a bit more expensive. I believe their sale price on that one was $209.99. MSRP on that is like $298. You can find them in the $200 to $250 range on sale. They are awesome locomotives, highly detailed out of the box, ready to run. Rapido does a bang up job with everything they do. I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on one, like I said. Sooner than later, we'll be putting a DCC chip in this, getting it running on DCC, operating marker lights and all that stuff. I wish we could have got the sound one, but it would have been an extra $50, plus they did not have the Phase 3 with sound, which was unfortunate. They only had Phase 2 remaining. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. This has been another episode of Model Monday. We'll see you back here next week for another model video, and do not forget to check my channel on Wednesday and Saturday for our other uploads this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.